Hi, and welcome to The Dawn Show. We are live and we are local. I'm Dawn Stensland-Menti. And today my first guest is a doctor who travels to Nicaragua to help the people there. Dr. Charles Morelli is a pediatric surgeon, and we are so pleased to have you here. Thank you for being here.
Happy to be here.
First of all, why did you get involved with a third world country? I mean, life is busy, and you're busy, and you work, and you have family, and you're... Why a third world country? What happened?
It's very simple. About 10 years ago, I was at church one day with my family, and the pastor at that time, Javier, wanted to do an outreach mission. And it was a great idea, and it was their decision to decide where to go. They looked at a place in California, one over in Europe, but Central America was a location that was close enough where members of the church can get involved with. It became affordable as far as travel and expense for airfare and for lodging as well. And after doing an internet search on various locations, they came up with this location in Leon, Nicaragua, called Nica Missions, and they have a website, .com, and we contacted them and went back and forth, and it sounded like a great place. We spoke with the board of directors, and we spoke with the people down there who ran the program. We told them who we were, and at the time, it was just to go down there and do some teaching, bring down some educational material. It had nothing to do with medical aspect whatsoever. And
this experience ultimately changed your life, I imagine, and shaped you in many ways that you could not have imagined.
It was more than I ever could have dreamed of. You know, you go down there thinking that you want to help everyone, and then when you get down there, you're overwhelmed by what you see and the amount of pathology and the adults and the children. And there's hundreds and thousands of people who need your help, and you realize you can't help them all.
And you have some wonderful pictures that you've taken that we want to share with you all of you being with the children, who I imagine the gratitude is probably just fills your heart.
You really can't explain the satisfaction you get, because when you have a small child, and even an adult, who afterwards just says something as simple as, thank you for helping me walk again, or thank you for making my foot look better. Some of the simplest cases that you do is maybe removing an extra toe, or taking care of a deformed nail, which is just a cosmetic. But down there in their country, appearance is very important, both for social reasons and even religious reasons. And when you can change someone's life, I mean, there was a young child who had 6 toes, for example, and ostracized by the community, couldn't go to school, was embarrassed to wear shoes, couldn't wear shoes, quite frankly. And just by doing a simple procedure, you just change someone's life. And that, combined with the other work that we do, along with Dr. Siegel, who we'll meet later, you change people's lives. And the foot sometimes gets discounted or neglected, and
there you are. So it looks like you're taking a little snooze in the one picture. Just probably exhausting sometimes when you get there. When you touch ground, it's a long trip. Well, and then you get there, and it's consuming, right? I mean,
we get there on a Friday. We triage on Saturday, Sunday. We usually rest that day and have some downtime. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're in the OR from 8 in the morning till, well, this past trip we were there till 1 o'clock the following morning.
Wow.
And then the next day the hospital said, can you please not do that again, because our staff wants to go home? And we said, sure.
But it's hard to say no.
It's hard to say no. I mean, we get there on Friday, and the ER is filled with patients, and we triage them all day long, and we choose the most severe pathology, and then we have to say yes to most people and say no to some. Some patients you just can't help. They have other neurological problems where even if you fix their foot, they still can't walk. But parents want to bring their children to you, and they want their foot to look normal because it's cosmetically more satisfying to them and to their community. But you can't do that when you have someone whose foot you can fix, and it will change their life as far as them being able to ambulate, work, go to school. So.
But I imagine what you give is not just surgery. I mean, now you've come into the community, and it's about nutrition and housing and all of that, but what you're really giving them is hope.
Yeah, you are. Getting back to before, when you say what you get from this and how overwhelming it was the first year, I discussed it with our pastor, and he goes, "Well, it's the starfish story," and I didn't know what that meant. And the starfish story, basically, I'll be brief, is that there was a storm, and all these starfish came up on the ocean, on the beach, and one girl started throwing these starfish back in, and someone said, "What are you doing? You can't help them all. What difference would it make?" And her comment was, "Well, it makes a difference to that one that I just threw back." So if you look at it like that, it's just one at a time. You can't help everyone, but the ones that you can help, you do your best, and you move on from there.
Yeah, well, and you're giving an entire community such hope. Dr. Morelli, we want to continue our conversation. We're going to bring in other colleagues, volunteer families who've been brought into this. It's going to warm your heart when the Dawn Show continues.